Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, The Plant of Carly Flower. I'm Carly and today we are going to do something a little different. I went ahead on my Instagram stories and asked for people to submit questions that I could answer for them. I got some personal questions, I got some planty questions, so let's go ahead and just see what people asked me and I'm going to give you my honest answer.
I want to be daring, baby, dance the night away. I let my hair down if I want. Don't you just get tired chasing fame and being pretty all the time?
Okay guys, so I have 9 questions that I picked submitted off of the ones on Instagram. Maybe I'll do a part 2, but if you're interested in submitting a question that I can answer, definitely follow me on Instagram. My link tree with my Instagram link is down below. You can also find me on TikTok. I might ask for questions on there sometime, but definitely give me a follow so that you can participate too, because I would love to answer some of your questions. So let's start off with the first question. I am going in no particular order. I'm literally going to go in order that they were submitted to me. So let's go ahead and see what we got. Okay, Jason asked, how do you like living in New Mexico? Visited once, loved it, and fantasize about living in Santa Fe, New Mexico. I actually am a mixed bag when it comes to New Mexico. There are things that I really like about living where I live, and there are things that I don't like about living where I live, and I feel like that's probably true for anybody. There's always ups and downs, nothing is perfect, and there's always going to be some things that you don't like. I like the weather. It gets a little hot for me in the summer, but I like the weather overall. It's very mild. We don't have a lot of hurricanes or tornadoes or anything like that. It's cold in the winter, hot in the summer. There's not a lot of moisture. I wish there was more moisture, but overall the weather is fine. I really like that. There's a lot of things to do here that are naturey, like the mountains, the volcanoes, the vistas, the white sands, Carlsbad, lots of things like that to do here. The one thing about New Mexico that I don't like is that there is a lot of drug problems in New Mexico, particularly with my area. I live in an area of town that is really not the best because this is where my income level allows me to live, unfortunately, and I deal with a lot of issues. Just a lot of rampant drug use, just in general, a lot of crime, theft. For example, I cannot put plants outside of my home because they'll just get stolen just because people like to steal things. It has nothing to do with them wanting the plants. We can't put jack-o'-lanterns or Christmas decorations or Halloween decorations outside. They'll disappear or get vandalized. I have to chase people out of my yard periodically. I've found a homeless person in my backyard like messing up my stuff before, which is why I don't have anything outside anymore. It's just a bad area that I live in, and unfortunately more of New Mexico is like, or more of Albuquerque rather, is that like that than the other way. So that is something I wish would change, but it hasn't changed so far, and I've lived here my whole life, so well, most of my life. So yeah, I love New Mexico overall. I think it's a wonderful, beautiful place to live. I just wish there wasn't so many rampant drug problems, but I guess there's those parts of town in every city. So that is my honest answer. Yes, I love it, but there are some things that I would change if I could. Okay, the next one is from my gal, Maya, from Gaia's Botanics. I mention her all the time. I buy from her regularly. I'll link her down below. How do you manage to get out so much content every day? Well, I cheat. When my kids go with their dad on Saturdays and Sundays, I spend a couple hours on Saturday recording all of my videos, and then I periodically edit and upload throughout the rest of Saturday and Sunday in between doing other things around the house. And I have all my content ready and uploaded to go up on Monday. So I film on Saturday for the entire week, and by Sunday night it's all uploaded and scheduled so that they just roll out on their own. It is time consuming to record all in one chunk, but I find it more feasible for my schedule, and it gives me the entire week to spend every waking moment with my children versus having to worry about recording a video to get it out, because it's all set up and all scheduled and it just goes out on its own. Really easy for the family woman on the go. Okay, Plant Mama 86 has asked me, what is your most expensive purchase? Other than my Millsbo cabinets, if you're talking about just plants, not planty things, my most expensive purchase was my Burl Marks Fantasy. I paid $150 for that. I was like 160 something with shipping, and it's one of my favorite plants. It's absolutely gorgeous. I will put a picture of it up so that you can see the picture. But yeah, that would probably be my most expensive purchase. My Sarawak was also in that range. I'll put a picture of the Sarawak here, but 150 is pretty much the most expensive I've spent on a plant. I don't intend to go any higher than that because it's just not feasible for me. I had to save up for a long time to get those 2 plants, and I'm actually pretty content with my plant collection. I have not bought any plants with the exception of my Syngonium that I purchased through the channel in a while. So yeah, those are my 2 most expensive plants, my Sarawak and my Burl's Mark Fantasy. The next several are from Plant Mama 86. What is your favorite plant in your collection? Ooh, that is like asking me which one is my favorite child. That is a hard question to answer because honestly, my favorite plant can change by the day, by the hour, by the week. It just depends on what I'm feeling at the moment. Currently, right now, the plant I cannot stop staring at is my Hoya Shepherdii. It's a very common Hoya, easily sought out, and the reason I can't stop staring at it is it has about 9 peduncles on it. So I am just loving how much it's loving being alive, how much it's getting ready to bloom, and I'm just overall really absolutely enjoying it. I'll put a picture of it up here so you can take a look at all those beautiful peduncles, but none of them have bloomed. It's already bloomed once, and now it's getting ready to bloom all these other ones all over again. So I'm really excited about it, and I cannot wait for them to all pop open. Okay, Plant Mama 86, what made you get into houseplants? When did you start collecting? I have been into plants my entire life. My plants run in the blood of my family. We're gardeners, we're farmers. We are plant and nature loving people from the get. I spent a lot of time when I was as a young child with my great aunt. Her name was Charlene, rest her soul. She was the most important person in my life for many, many, many years and still is, even from beyond. But she had the most absolute beautiful garden. She lived out in Meadow Lake, New Mexico in a double wide trailer, and all around her trailer she had a chain link fence, and she had flowers and vegetables and grass, and it was like a little oasis, and I loved spending time there as a child. I would run through the paths of her garden. I'd help her water. I would help her pull weeds. She had 2 dogs in the yard, Kush and Girl, and they were just the most beautiful animals, and we spent a lot of time out in that garden together. So I loved plants from childhood. My mom also was an avid gardener. She had mostly flowers and rose bushes and lilac bushes and honeysuckle bushes and daisies and mint trees, and she was also a gardener. My cousin Melissa is currently the general manager at the local botanical gardens. She's got a bachelor's in horticulture. We're just a plant family. I've always had plants, even from when I moved out of high school. My mom had plants in our home. I moved out from high school and I always had a plant or 2. And then right around when I turned 30, I realized that I was starting to get more and more houseplants. I'm currently 37 for the record. I was getting more and more houseplants. And when I stumbled across last year in not last year, not 2019, like in November, I happened to stumble across Planty YouTube. I was looking for a way to get rid of a pest that I had, and I thought, you know what, why not YouTube it? I bet you there's something on that. And I discovered there was actually a whole group of people that collected houseplants. I had about 50 houseplants at that point, so I had already amassed a pretty good little collection. But once I found the community, and once I found out there were people that actually did this and talked about this and learned about this and wanted to collect houseplants, I was lost. I really started gaining houseplants after that point. Now I'm sitting probably around 300, maybe a little less, because I have been selling a few on my Instagram. Shameless plug, check out my stories. And c'est la vie, here we are. I made a plant tube, I'm enjoying it so much. I made a plant TikTok, which I'm also enjoying. And yeah, I'm absolutely enjoying everything, and that's really how I got into a big collection of houseplants. Okay, Plant Mama 86 again. Do you plan on selling plants or making a store? I kind of touched on that in the last question, but let's go ahead and talk about it a little bit more. I don't intend to open a store, simply because I don't want to get into that aspect of plant stuff. I have a couple degrees that I could work with, but currently right now I am a stay-at-home mom to my 3 boys, and I like to give them all my love and attention. I do sell plants like on a personal level on my Instagram when I have extras or when I fall out of love with a plant, and I do it either locally or I ship. It depends. I'll put it in the ad when I list it, but I don't intend to ever actually open a store or an Etsy. It's just not something I'm interested in. It's a small business is a headache I'm not really looking to get into right now. I'll never say never, but right now that's not something that's on my radar. How many Hoyas and Philodendrons do I have? Honestly, I have not counted in a long time, but a lot. I definitely have more Hoyas than I have Philodendrons, that's for sure. But I've never really counted them. I am not prepared to answer that question right now. But what I will do is I will put them here. So I counted them after this video and I have them on the screen. That's how many Hoyas and how many Philodendrons I have. That does include doubles if I have doubles, or cuttings if I have cuttings. But yeah, that is my current numbers, and I don't know them right now because I don't know what I put right here, but I'm pretty sure it's more than I should have. Okay, let's see, what else do we got here? Well, how many plants are in your collection total? Oh, Plant Mama 86, you got the hard questions today. That's my total. I'm gonna have to count it after this video and put it down here at the bottom of the screen. But again, it's probably more plants than I'm supposed to have. What is your favorite Hoya at the moment? Hoya craze. I did already answer that, but right now it's Shepherdii. She's got so many peduncles and is doing so well in life. I did get it as a trade from my friend Silver. Thank you. I love this plant and it's doing so well for me. I'm glad you sold it to me or traded it with me. And that is all the questions that I have for you guys today. I hope this was entertaining, me answering some questions, both personal and planty. Definitely follow me on Instagram because I would love to get more questions to answer for you guys. If you guys liked this video, absolutely give that link tree a push there and follow me on Instagram and TikTok. But I really hope you enjoyed this. Thank you so much. Don't forget to leave me a comment and subscribe. Hit that notification bell, and I will see you guys in my next one. Don't forget to spend lots of quality time with your plant babies today.